Test, 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 test. Ew. What's up, party people? Happy New Year's Eve. Eli, what's going on, man? Alex, what's up? Wow. So, methinks we're going to talk about Daniel Gafford tonight. Crazy. Check out the stocking stuffer. Got to come prepared. Cheers, y'all. Jacob, what's going on? Max 6, what's up? Bulls 7-point lead. Nice run there in the third quarter. They were down at like 8, and then switched that into a nice little 6 or 8 point lead. It was a nice little run. Man, some of just the competent veterans in this rotation, when they're healthy, motivated, don't hate their lives because Jim Boylan's their coach. This is pretty. That one transition basket I just tweeted about that they had after one of many Wizards turnovers, just transition, ball, moving, and a little Wendell up and under for the finish. It was beautiful. Like Carlos said, so the best basketball I've seen for the Bulls in years. Jacob, yeah, the tech on Gafford was utter garbage, but it seems like they've been real short with the Bulls and the Wizards, this officiating crew tonight.
Yo,
Patrick says hashtag bring back Boylan. God, I hope that's sarcasm.
Yo, can you hear me?
Big Dave, what up, buddy?
What's up, man? Yeah, listen, I'm not here to interrupt and stop what you're talking about, but you know why I'm here right now, man. And I'm only here right now for Daniel Gafford. That's what I'm here for tonight. Let's do this.
Dude.
Opportunity to yell at with Perdue during the debate yesterday, so I'm taking it right now. Daniel Gafford should be starting. Start this, man. Do you not see what he's doing out here? Oh, my God. Come on, dude. That man, I laughed. My brain broke in laughter when you showed me the plus 25 and the minus 21. Dude. I started dying laughing, dog.
Dude, I'm sure that's changed a little bit because Carter had some nice plays and some buckets like right after I did that check. But also Carter holding his hip.
Yeah.
When they went for that timeout, Gafford's checking in for him. So, hopefully Wendell's okay. But here we see yet another example of Billy Donovan being better than the old fucking fart we had, who when Gafford was having his monster come-out game was like, oh, no, you don't get to play in the fourth quarter, even though you're leading our team in points.
He had 22 points. He was 8 of 10 shooting, and that dude said, all right, you've had enough.
Okay.
You're all right.
So it's actually pretty much the same as it was before. Gafford is now plus 27, Jesus. Wendell minus 20.
Stop it.
That is a 47-point swing in plus minus between your starting center and your backup center.
Man, cut it out. That's insane, dog. Did you not see how the game changed when he got in the game? Like, it changed. Everything changed when he came in. His defense, his offense. I remember Will Perdue saying he had no moves, and then he hit you with the spin move and the up and under on Robin Lopez. Oof. And he's doing those little things that I love. Though just a little knock away he had on Bradley Beal, just swiping at the ball and knocking it away from him. Guys, they can't come in the hole and just do what they want to do. And granted, both teams are being awesome offensively. Like, that's what's going on. Both teams are being really awesome offensively. But they got to work for certain things when Gafford's in the game, man. And it's just beautiful to watch. Like, it's certain basketball things going on when he's in there.
Okay, we can talk about Gafford a lot tonight, obviously. But I do want to say that almost as much as I'm enjoying Gafford play tonight, and maybe even more, we've got some people in the comments saying, Patrick said, amazing what Thad can do when played properly. Carlos saying, I'm officially on the keep Thad train. How many times have we seen Thad just work in the post tonight and score? Because that's what the man does.
Recognizing
Jim Boylan, I want to put a bullet between your eyes.
Dude, recognizing mismatches, like when they give him the ball and he's got like the Make-A-Wish player on him, he's like, dude, okay, I'm going to the bucket. I'm backing you down and I'm tossing this in. I mean, it's simple basketball going on right now, man. And I don't want to see Wendell Carter hurt, though.
God, it's so simple. Yeah. It's so simple, Dave.
It's so simple, man. And
oh my God, hurt. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, that veteran post player that we signed, and then Jim was like, no, you stand in the corner and shoot threes now.
So I'm telling Will,
that Bob Barker.
It wasn't the same. That's what we telling Will. It wasn't the same, baby. It's not the same. It's not the same, dog. This dude is an idiot, and he's not here any longer.
Not that man said, I had no idea what Thad did. I'm okay with him now. Yeah, this is what Thad Young does.
This is what he does.
And not only the post play, but just making smart plays when he's out there.
Yes.
He's got 6 assists tonight.
Yes, he does.
Thad Young has 6 assists.
Damn it. Layup. Wait, let me ask you where you are in the game, Matt. Like, what's the time on the game? What you looking at?
1:10, 104, 10 minutes to go.
10 minutes. Oh, you're way ahead of me. Let me speed up. Let me speed up here. What's the time on yours?
9:49.
Okay.
Gafford just got a pass and got fouled in the paint.
Got you. I'm with you.
All right.
Yes,
and
man.
That for the second straight night or the second straight game, the Bulls have 7 players in double figures.
Wow. Amazing stuff going on, Matt. Like this
with that bucket from Pat Williams.
This is crazy.
Oh, dude, there's just so much good stuff everywhere. I don't even care if we fucking win this game. Like, it would be nice to win. But speaking of veterans who are useful,
right.
How about the game from one Otto Porter Jr.?
Having
back to your Otto, greater than sign the rest of the universe.
He's having a game, man. He looks so comfortable.
8, 3 assists, 2 steals.
Mm-hmm. He's looking comfortable, man. He's looking incredibly comfortable out there. And he's getting those open shots because the ball is rotating to him. And he's getting wide open shots, man. And kudos also to because Kobe White was doing a really good job of facilitating, especially in the first half. But yeah, Otto Porter Jr. was, man, he was just flame on. He knows this court. He knows where he can shoot at on here, man. So, oh, dang it, man, this is a high scoring game.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that coming in.
Yeah.
Evan said, I need people to laugh at my jokes like Adam laughs at Stacy's. It's true. There's a lot of laughter going on.
Stacy's funny. But I hear you. Everybody needs an Ed McMahon, I guess. Man. Come on, man, Temple. It's all right. Man, and it's what does this say though, Matt? Does this say anything about the fact that, you know, we're missing some guys out there and it's just giving certain other players, you know, room to, you know, maybe play and have time to get out there? Does that say anything to you?
I mean, that's certainly the case for Gafford.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were talking about it a little bit with Will on Tuesday night. Jordan and I were talking about it on Locked On yesterday and a little bit more today as far as like, okay, well, when Thad is healthy and available because he was active but didn't play in their first game against Wizards, where does he fit in?
Yeah.
Because we seemed like we were pretty comfortable with the 9-man rotation that Donovan was using.
Yeah.
And now because Lowry, Sato, Hutch, Arch all unavailable for health and safety restrictions, you have the spaces to say, okay, we're going to play Gafford tonight, real minutes. We're going to play Thad Young, real minutes. Mm-hmm. When everyone's available, we still don't know what the answer is going to be. But in the meantime, it's nice to get another look where, yes, your starting unit is still mostly about your young players, Kobe, Zach, Wendell, Patrick Williams, the rookie. And then you have all these savvy vets coming off this bench, a bench unit that looks usable.
Yeah.
And even without Sato and Hutch tonight, like, hey, Garrett Temple out there playing, Otto and Thad playing really well together. It's watchable. It's watchable basketball.
I just tweeted out after the first game that they played the Wizards that when I went back and watched the tape on it, I was like, oh, snap. I kind of see it clicking. Excuse me. I kind of see things coming together for this team. You could just see it, you know, and it takes repetition, you know, and guys being more comfortable in themselves. And you could see it happening after that first game, man. It was clicking for certain players. And I'm like, oh, man, after about maybe 15 games, they should be moving nicely. I don't know if it's going to, you know, mean wins or anything like that, but I know it's going to mean competency. And that's, I was yelling about that the entire time we were doing Bulls Outsiders.
I think, and it's fair to be excited because Bulls fans need something to be excited and optimistic about. I would say you should keep in mind that this Washington Wizards defense is going to be one of the worst defenses we see all year.
Yeah.
They are bad.
They're not good.
It's like, we're moving the ball. Everybody's chipping in. The Bulls have 31 assists as a team tonight. Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Like the 35 average the Jim was going for last season, but still a lot. And it's just like, okay, keep it in perspective. This Wizards team is atrocious.
They're not good. And you're right. We got to keep that in perspective. And of course, their center started off, 9 of 9. Like, losing his mind. He was playing great. He had 22 in like the first half. Like he
a man who dunked on his own basket the other night. Yes, man. And I mean, he's been having a game. But I mean, it's just they haven't folded. Like they've responded, to the adversity. And remember, Billy Donovan talked about that. About them responding to adversity, and he wants guys to be able to do things like that. You see that happening, especially when you bring in guys like Gafford and Temple, and like you said, that those guys off the bench and that riding the ship that they bring in. You know what I'm saying? That calmness they bring in, man. It's great. Hey, shout out to Kevin for the tip, bro. Appreciate you on that. Appreciate you on that. But yeah, friendly reminder that tips are always welcome, but not necessary.
Yes. I'll let Matt handle that one. Don't ask me that. Don't ask me.
If you ask Big Dave, they're mandatory.
Yeah.
You must pay us.
You must give us love. It's
and of course, there's always that hot mic button if you want to throw us a small donation and join me and Dave on the broadcast for a while.
Yes, and Happy New Year to you too, Kevin. Thanks for the tip, my bro.
Happy New Year. Salim jumping in saying, "What's up? We'll take this baby steps." Bulls probably still losing this game.
I mean, they're winning it right now, but let's hope they beat the Washington Wizards and get a 2-game winning streak. Something I haven't seen in quite a long time, man.
Speaking of which, Wags just said, "Can we keep playing the Wizards but not the Bucks tomorrow?"
Oh,
yeah,
dude, you're gonna need Gafford when they play the Milwaukee Bucks. You're going to need that size. And
that was the team they played for his breakout game.
Yeah. Oh, God, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Rookie year. It was against Milwaukee, and he had 22 points in the first half or something.
Yes, Matt. That was it. He went 8 of 10, 22 points. And then that idiot said, "Oh, my God."
No. I don't want you to come back and play in the second half. I think you need some introspection, young man.
I want you to sit and learn.
And that game, I think, was the motivation for
Hey, it's good to see Wendell Carter Jr. back on the bench.
Good to see. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait,
you mean like as opposed to like, back in the locker room being examined, or like as opposed to on the floor?
Yes.
When you said good to see him back on the bench.
I stand by my statement. Wags, thanks for the tip, Wags. Appreciate you,
Wags.
Man.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Look at Zach LaVine, man. And this is around Zach's time when he takes over, man. This is usually his time to take over.
Quiet night tonight. Only 12 points. Hasn't been a great shooting night. 1 of 5 from downtown, 4 of 11 from the field so far from Zach.
Tough night.
But he's got 6 assists. Kobe's got 9. So your starting backcourt has 15 assists tonight. And that's what I really liked about Kobe is that his shot wasn't falling early in this game.
Yes.
But he was just getting his teammates good looks.
Oh, man. Free. And I mean good, easy looks, Matt. Like simple, like just catch and shoot, catch and lay it in. And again, I know, and don't be mad at me because I'm gonna switch everything back to Gafford. Again, that's what Gafford brings you. Oh, nice play! Oh, that was big.
Oh my goodness,
that was big. Great pass and great finish.
Bryant lost a shoe.
Even lost his Kobe. He got on the Kobe Grinches. Look at that. Oh, he said Kobe White's supposed to. Yeah, you're right. Kobe's supposed to step up on that. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
What was Kobe defending? It was an alley-oop.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The answer is he was defending nothing.
Yeah, and he took Gafford out. Man, Kobe, because that's 5th foul, man. That's my guy. Come on, Cole. Come on, man.
Eli said, "Hey guys, if the Bulls win against the Bucks tomorrow, I'll join Hot Mike and tip $5." Well, we would love to see you there.
That's a date, sir. Come on through. Come on, Bull. That's a gambling, and I like that. So I'll take it. I like that. I think I need to get into gambling, Matt.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
We just landed this huge sponsorship deal on Locked On.
Nice, bro. Congratulations.
With Bet Online. And so they're like, here, all of the hosts on your network will throw you free money to start an account with our online gambling site. And I'm like, good idea, bad idea.
Like, Matt, you're coming to do the show? I'm focused now, Dave. I can't. I'm doing stuff. Gotta focus.
Just making bets about absolute nonsense.
Like, how many breaths does Matt Nagy take when he's got the card over his mouth? Come on, Zach. Help him.
Help.
Come on, baby. Come on, Zach.
Little help. Yep.
Eat him, Zach. Eat him, Zach. Foul. Yes. All right. We'll take that.
Drew the foul. Hey-oh.
Yeah. This is why I'm so much more comfortable with Wendell Carter Jr. off the bench. I feel so much better because when Gafford get those fouls, in my head, I'm like immediately like, I got Wendell Carter Jr. We'll be okay. We can stabilize some of those minutes and be all right in the second unit. And he'll have a chance to score and be more dominant with the second unit against lesser players and usually shorter players because that's when he balls out. It's when he's against smaller guys. So, better opportunity.
I would like to see the Bulls. So that foul will put the Wizards over the limit and in the penalty. So the Bulls are shooting free throws for the remaining 6:40 in this game. I would like to see them be more aggressive than they were. In the second quarter, the Wizards went into the penalty with like 9 minutes left. And I was like, give me a dozen free throw attempts at least, and we didn't. Yeah. The Bulls only, I think, Zach, those free throws made it 18 and 19 for the team as far as attempts tonight. Ooh. That's not enough.
Thad looks like he got hit in the special region.
Ooh.
That's a hit in the special region right there.
Ever heard of a donkey punch?
Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's an elbow to the misters.
He caught him right.
Happy New Year.
Caught him right in the Hachimura. That's a hurt right there. Oh, come on, Eli. You got to have more. You got to be more clever than that to say where he got hit. You got to give me some cleverness now. You got to be clever with it, baby. Hitting the jewels, hitting the special regions. Got hitting the Hamilton, whatever you want to say. By the way, Matt, I've watched Hamilton at least 3 times now.
The filmed version on Disney Plus.
It's
so good.
I didn't expect to watch it that many times, but literally when it ended, it was 2 a.m, and when it ended, I started it again. It was 2 a.m, man.
Yes,
I was
like,
no, I'm watching this again. This is crazy.
I can't get enough, man. I listen to it while I'm in the shower. I listen to it while I'm just sitting around like cleaning or doing laundry. I also discovered that my sister got my 3-year-old niece a beautiful, like the gowns that the Schuyler sisters wear, and like the blue, the yellow. She got my niece like a Hamilton Schuyler sister gown that she wears while she watches the Schuyler sisters number.
Nice.
Amazing. And she just sways there in her little Hamilton dress.
And Peggy.
Schuyler sisters.
Oh, Wendell.
Oh.
You're killing me with these, man. Killing me with these fouls. But dude, I'm the music nerd stuff that is going on in there. Like it's so many like hip hop things happening. Like there's so many like hip hop jewels, like and so many like songs he's paying homage to that people aren't really catching. But I shouldn't say people aren't catching, but like hip hop nerds like me are catching. You know what I'm saying? That he's paying homage to, and I'm like, oh shit! Like I'm freaking out when I hear it. I'm like, oh snap! Like what? And then I like how King George is basically singing Beatles melodies when he's out there.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's brilliant.
And the introduction to Thomas Jefferson's character when like he's been off in France and like, you know, and his initial song, What Did I Miss, is like so like the opposite of hip hop and rap. But he's like prancing around like bad, you know, like early USA rock and roll that was actually just like bad lounge jazz.
Exactly. What did I miss? Flashy. I loved it, dude. I loved the battle because for me, the battle was kind of like, oh, come get it. Come help him.
Well, so much for that lead.
Come help him. All right.
Gus. Oh, what's up, Gustavo? Yeah, exactly what I said. Bulls need to attack the basket with the Wizards over the limit. Let's do that, shall we?
Oh, ooh. Damn. They had two good looks, actually, because Zach had that mid-range look, but he gave it up for that three, which just shows that, you know, he's that unselfish kind of player. Nice pass. Great defense.
Oh,
nice
grip. Look at that old diving on the floor. Oh, my God.
Come on. Come on.
Good
Not the Make-A-Wish kid.
Well, this isn't gonna end well.
Well, bring Gafford back in now. He got 3 minutes left. Let's go. And one. Come on, Zach.
There you go, Zach. There you go.
Come on, baby. Yes. Talk to him. Get Gafford back in the game. What are we doing? Get him in the game. He got 5. It's 3 minutes left. Let's go. Come on, coach.
He's starting to sound like Avery Johnson over there, pal.
Get him the foul. Get him the foul, Darren Williams. Get him the foul. Dude, do you know how good it is, how good it feels to actually be like this? Like, I haven't been like this for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels good to be like this. Like, man, I'm excited about the game. Like
in a close game towards the end where you haven't hated watching the first 46 minutes of it.
Well, you're not questioning your life. Like, what am I doing? Like, this is terrible. This is the best, man. This is awesome. I'm very excited about all of this. Yes, bring Gafford back in, and let's do some happy things. The Wizards big. Yes, they can. This is true.
Evan said he'd like to see Pat Will in there too. That is something that's been noticeable, is that despite Donovan giving the Rook the green light and putting him in the starting lineup right out of the gate for his NBA debut in every game this season, he's been finishing more so with the vet guys than with the youngest of the young lineups. And Pat Williams has not been on the floor finishing these games every night.
Eli keeps wondering where John is. So
he's hanging out with his wife.
Yeah. It's New Year's Eve. He's a loving husband, so he wants to hang out with his wife, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I like how the night he decides to hang out with his wife, Daniel Gafford comes on here, has a phenomenal game. I was like, your timing is awesome. Eli called him a loser. Like, no, Eli, no. Love your family, all right? Love your family. It's 2020, man. We're all. Everybody right now is really lucky to be here, straight up.
Like, I can't remember who it was on Tuesday night who was like, asking me where the Locked On episodes were recently. And I was like, dude, I was hanging out with my nieces. Fuck off.
Like, seriously, man. You got to take some time. Decompress, decompose, man. No, rebound. Let's go.
There you go, Kobe.
Wendell back in here.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Here we go. Oh, mid-range Otto Porter. Mid-range Otto Porter Jr. I like it. I like it. Man, way to come back, bro. 26 and 10. Look at him. Rebound. Let's go.
Okay. Let's be smart here.
No stupid stuff.
I know that's a lot to ask, but
take your time. Oh.
I don't love that possession right there.
Either. I would like them
to have them in the penalty. Yeah. Attack the basket.
I agree with you.
Oh,
and that's his fifth. That's his fifth. Listen, if he's got 5 and Gafford's got 5. Come on, coach.
Oh.
Yeah, he fell hard.
Said that means John doesn't get paid enough for this. He's choosing to hang out with his wife instead.
Hey, man.
Not that man said Velveeta pays more.
Oh, man, that was the biggest surprise of 2020, wasn't it, guys? John Sabine is behind the Velveeta Twitter account. He is the man behind all that awesomeness.
He is the man behind the curtain.
Yes, he is. Oh, it felt so good not to have to keep that secret any longer. It's like he is released. I was very happy.
Of a very weird thing to be keeping under the radar.
You got to respect the wishes, man.
All right, hey, speaking of respecting wishes, Wendell's coming out, man.
Yeah, but I don't mean Gafford came in. No, they went small. The Bulls went small.
Nope.
They brought Temple in. So that means Otto Porter Jr. is your biggest player on the court right now.
Thad.
Well, wait, how tall is that?
I think he's listed taller than Otto. I think he's listed 6'8", and Otto's 6'7".
Otto is 6'7"? Wow. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
Oh! Thad old, making plays.
Will you bring Gafford back in the game, coach? Please, coach. Please. Oh. And he took it away. Come on now. Nice pass. Good takeaway. Get that.
Oh,
get on the floor.
Yeah. Here you go, Temple. Come on, baby.
Oh,
Thad goes to
yeah! Let's go, Thad.
Come on, baby. Boom.
Let's go. Come on, Bulls. That's not a foul. He ran into him.
What the hell?
By the way, the refs have sucked tonight. I'm going to say that.
Oh, awful.
They have been awful, man.
I mean, he's just out of control falling down.
That's not – come on, y'all.
You know what that is? That's Bradley Beal getting a Bradley Beal call.
Bradley Beal getting a Bradley Beal call.
God. Yeah, that was trash.
That's atrocious. How he go?
Evan Davis said Thad's lefty floater deadly tonight. Really is.
Yeah, agreed.
Man, the one little turnaround baby hook he had in his first stretch tonight, I was like, baby hook in the post from Thad Young. It's been 84 years.
Oh, my God. Excellent use of a meme, sir. Excellent job. Very nice. Oh,
also, how do you feel about the Thad afro? Because I'm really digging it.
It is an official grown man on the court afro. That's why I like it.
That's a YMCA afro.
Yeah, Matt. Very, very well placed, Matt. Very true. Yes, definitely YMCA afro. You see him on the court. He's always there, with the knee pads on. He's that guy at the court. That's how you show up to play. So he was really like one of the best players in the world in like high school. He shows up like that with the knee pads. You're like, oh man, you got to watch him, though. You got to watch him. Yes,
not that Matt said Thadfro. That's the exact same phrase that I came up with when I was tweeting about it tonight.
Thadfro. I like that. Instead of Dadfro.
Carlos asks if Will is getting on tonight. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Dude's got some explaining to do about how that Gafford ain't.
He's about to get all of this. He's about to get all this, Matthew. Yes, he is. Oh, nice block. Very nice block, Bradley Beal. That was a very good block. See, but this is what we talked about, man. Zach LaVine in the fourth quarter. The ball has been in his hands the entire time. And another thing, Matt, it's been in his hands since the beginning of the game. If you notice, he's been the one bringing the ball up and setting up the offense.
Yeah.
Oh!
Come on, baby.
Come on, man. Come on. Oh!
That was Kobe's 10th assist, by the way.
Oh,
first career double-double?
That's his first double-double?
Yeah.
Well, fair, because he was dropping 30-point games, and just scoring. That's true.
Right.
That's good. Good for Kobe, man.
It's a good step in the right direction.
Go, Kobe.
Come on, Kobe. Come on,
There you go. Oh, that was your shot.
Oh, drew the foul.
Right.
Going to the line.
Good shot, man. Woo! I'm liking this. I like how this feels. I haven't felt this in a while.
You know what else I haven't felt in a while? Being scared to leave the TV to get a fresh beer because I don't want to miss anything.
That's why I keep them right there, man. If you can look, I keep them right there on deck, baby. Got to.
You're a smart young man.
Go. Ready to go, my friend. Ready to go.
I'll just text my roommates and have them bring me one.
Those are awesome roommates. Yeah.
They have their moments.
And this is one of them. Beer refresher. Bulls with a 1-point lead. Almost a turnover. Oh, take that. Get it.
Wow.
Oh. Nice, Zach.
D him up, Zach.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, let's go, boy. Come on. Woo. Make them pay. This is how you get to the All-Star game, Zach, right here. Give it back. Go to work.
Here you go. Go up.
Oh, damn it.
He left it short. Oh, my God. Westbrook just called a timeout.
He's trying to get fouls called. Call a tech.
Ooh.
Call a tech. Tech.
Get him out of here. Where's Joey Crawford when you need him?
Look at this defense. Great job, Zach LaVine. Kendall Gill is somewhere smiling right now. Oh, my goodness. This is awesome. This is quite awesome, man. It's man, a Bulls game. That's exciting. Oh, my God, man.
Oh, man, have I missed this.
Look at the comments, man. There you go, Matt. Westbrook, good play. I'm so scared. Oh, man. What is awesome. Eli says he's going to pull out his lucky blue Bulls jersey. Carlos says, smiling in the fourth quarter of a Bulls game. What a time to be alive. Yes,
right?
Man.
Well, hopefully we're still smiling when it's over because you're smiling for a while in that Warriors game. And that's not so much.
A little better. How's your father?
Speaking of Eli's comment about his Bulls, his lucky Bulls jersey, check out this new item I copped for Christmas.
Ooh.
It's a Last Dance t-shirt.
I'm digging that. Oh, you know what? That just reminded me, man. I got to come see you next week because I got to bring you your Christmas gifts.
I miss your musk.
I mean, I went and saw John, and you would have loved it. We spent 30 minutes talking about Hamilton. Oh, we spent this out of it.
There you go.
Here was the conversations, Matt. It was like 30 minutes on Hamilton, 30 minutes on racism, and 45 minutes on basketball. that was the conversation.
Sounds like an average night in the green room.
Exactly. Yes. It was awesome.
All right, Otto. Time to knock these down. Earn your 28 mil.
Let's finish this. Yes. Woo.
Sweating bullets.
27?
27 and 12. Hell yeah.
Ah! Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Come on,
14.2. Oh, bless you, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar. That's what roommates are for.
That's what roommates are for. Yes. This is exciting. This is exciting times.
And did you see the coups, Dave?
I peeped the coups. I'm digging.
I'm just last day of 2020, I am going all out Bulls. Fuck this fucking year.
I mean,
we're watching a Bulls game that's exciting and close and fun.
Yeah, man. This year sucked. This year sucked. Like huge, colossal ass.
Truly.
Just found out today I lost one of my favorite rappers ever, MF Doom, who was.
Yeah, I saw you tweet about it, and I didn't want to insult his memory or your feelings by pretending like I knew.
I understand. Like I understand. He is. How can I put it? Like he was a legend, especially in the underground scene. But he's a legend. You would like him, Matt, because he had a very punk, like rock and roll style. Like he wore a Dr. Doom mask his entire career because he hated the industry, and so he would wear a Dr. Doom mask while he rapped, and everything was about villainy, like in his rhymes, and even like cartoon songs he would reference like in his rhymes. And he wouldn't show up to his shows. He would send like fake MF Dooms to perform at his shows, like people. Like people in his bands to like perform in his shows. He was that kind of villain. Like he was awesome, man. MF Doom was bad.
All right, let's close this, baby. No way. No way.
Yeah, rebound.
Oh, you gotta get the rebound.
You know who would have got that rebound? Gafford would have got that rebound. That's who would have got it.
Come on. Westbrook's like 5'10". You gotta get that rebound.
Gafford would have got it. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm back. Okay.
All right.
I'm okay.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm not
and he gets that one. Okay. 2-point game. Here comes Wendell. I don't know why he's hate Gafford right now. Here comes Wendell.
Yeah, Eli brings up a good point. You think Westbrook misses this on purpose and they try and get the
he's done that a bunch of times in his career. Yeah.
He does. He's definitely one to use that move.
Okay,
but nope, he just thinks that, and they're gonna maybe try and get a steal off the inbound. The Bulls have had some issues, just inbounding the ball this season.
Fair point, man.
Let's get that taken care of.
Dude, this is insane what's going on. This is a competent.
I just got an alert from the ESPN app that Ben Simmons made a 3. What is this universe? Fuck off, 2020.
2020, dog. It's insane.
Alert! ESPN! Alert! Ben Simmons made a 3. We're going streaking.
Oh my goodness! We saw Wendell hit a 3 to start the game, pretty much. He took a confident 3-point shot too.
And it was. Did you see that stat from our pal Rob Schaefer over at NBC? That it was the first 3 he made above the break on the 3-point line.
Right, because his other 2 were on the back. Yep, that's true. His other 2 were on the baseline. He looked confident when he shot it. It looked normal the way he shot that, and I'm glad he's getting that comfortable. But I want it off the bench because I want Daniel Gafford in the starting lineup because he makes everything better. Everything better. Everything.
I feel like I need a bag of grapes so that I can pull a Big Dave and just sit and watch you and Will go at each other about Gafford coming up here in a minute. Someone bring me some grapes.
Get the man some grapes. That's how I know you don't eat grapes. I'm just watching the way you would eat a grape.
Hey, I'll have you know I ate a banana earlier today. I am very proud of you.
Did you have your V8?
No, I forgot the V8. That's why I ate the banana.
Okay, all right. Yeah, Zach. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Alex D, welcome. What's up, man? Lakina, I'm sorry, I didn't say hello. Hello, Lakina. What's up?
You gotta say hello to Lakina. Come on now.
Yes,
all right. Play some freaking defense.
Why did he do that? That is such a dumb play. Matt, that is a dumb play. We will take that victory.
We won.
Dude.
We won.
Yes. Woo! Woo! Cheers to y'all. Cheers to everyone.
Hey!
Cheers.
I feel like the manager in Major League right now. That's called a winning streak. We got two, Dave. We got two, baby.
Woo!
And with that, let us start. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Watching the fourth quarter. This is the Stretch Four with the Bulls Outcasts. I'm Matt. That's Big Dave. John's taking the night off to hang out with his wife because it's a holiday, and he's being a good husband, I guess. Lame. And we should have a certain four-time NBA champ joining us here in a few minutes to get chewed out by this guy over here. Let's not bury it, Dave. Tell me everything you want to tell me about Daniel Gafford right
now. Gafford, okay? Daniel Gafford. Did you not see what he brought to the game tonight? I have been screaming about this, and Matt knows I've been screaming about this since last year, about putting this dude into the game, about what he brings. And after even listening to Will yesterday, I went back and I was watching clips of the game and watching him perform, and I started questioning myself. I was like, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? There has to be something wrong that I'm not seeing, because Will Perdue is a genius. Like, he knows what he's talking about. He has schooled me on so many things about basketball,
right,
dog.
Yeah.
Like, I learned so much from him. And then I'm looking at other people I respect on Twitter saying these same things. And I'm like, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? There has to be something I am not seeing that's going on. And then Gafford comes out tonight and says, nah, Big Dave, your eyes ain't lie to you, baby. You know what you seeing out here. You are correct. I am a beast. And he was out there beasting. Those dunks, the energy they provided, those blocks, those steals, the way he ran the floor. You couldn't just do anything you wanted to. You saw how the offense moved because he was on the court. Everybody knew their role. They knew what to do because they're like, this dude got the paint. We know he's getting the rebound. We know he's going to set the pick and he's going to roll. We got that. As soon as he would set a pick and roll, it was always somebody wide open for three. Did y'all notice that? It was always somebody wide open every time that would happen. And when it went up, he was a problem, and a legit problem to get an offensive rebound. That is huge. Oh my God, did you see the play when Temple shot the three and Gafford went up and he just tipped it and tipped the ball back, and Valentine got it and kicked it back out to Zach LaVine, who went up and he got it and he shot it. And then when he missed it, Gafford is battling Lopez and drew a foul on Lopez. He drew the foul, which means he went up and he got 2 extra points for you. That's the stuff you're supposed to do when you can play basketball. He know what he's doing, man. Put this dude in the game. He can play, and I'm just excited to see it. Yes, I am. Oh, Alex, thank you for the tip, my friend. He agreed.
Thanks for the tip, Alex, who agrees with all the Gafford love. Lakeith said, careful, Dave. Ryan Null might get jealous. Oh, well done, Lakeith.
Ryan knows where we stand. He knows it's about football, and Ryan Null love will be in full effect on Sunday. So please understand what's going on.
Dude, we got a doubleheader Sunday. We got Bears Packers at 3, and then a Bulls game after that.
Spend it with you, man. I can't wait for that day. I will be in full meathead mode, and I can't wait to do it. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm just.
I hope. I mean, I know it's going to be a fun day because I'm going to spend a lot of hours watching sports with you. I am 100% prepared for the Bears to get blown out by Green Bay.
Ditto.
I quit on that team, and after their 5th straight loss, I was like, dude, fuck these guys. Look, yes, I generally speaking agree with everything you said about Gafford in that simplistically he can have that effect on teams who aren't prepared for him. He has crazy bounce, and he understands one thing really well: set screen, run towards hoop, catch ball, dunk. That's it. He can crash the offensive glass on misses and get putbacks. He runs the pick and roll. That's all he should ever do. That's all he should ever have to do. It's that simple. It's just a question of, what does the new Bulls front office view as far as the time and money putting into developing Wendell a lottery pick versus – well, hey, this second rounder looks pretty darn good too. And how do you make that decision?
And I think that's why he wasn't getting kind of that time to play, is, they're so invested in Wendell Carter Jr. because he has more skill set. He has a better skill set. He has, more range. You can see him shoot the three, even though he's not shooting good from three. You're actually not like, don't take that shot. With Gafford shooting a three, you're like, oh my God, what are you doing? So I understand that he has the skill set, but it's about the fit, man. And he makes everybody's life simpler. He makes their lives easier when he's out there. When you got a guy out there that can be your enforcer, that can be your bully, like it does something to your team when you got that. I'm thinking of teams like even the Detroit Pistons, and you know how much we hate the Detroit Pistons, but you remember Bill Laimbeer and his enforcer type attitude. Hell, you remember Joakim Noah and his enforcer type attitude that he would bring out there for those guys, man. That stuff matters. And he's got that. And that matters. And when you have something like that, combined with that athleticism and combined with skill, you see, and Matt, and another thing we haven't mentioned is his hands are awesome. He doesn't fumble the basketball when you give it to him. He catches it, and he knows the moves to make when he goes up to try to score.
And I may have sold him a little short on the doing one thing and one thing only. You mentioned the good hands, not only on catching when he's going on all these rolls and lobs, but and also having good hands on rebounds in the offensive glass. He had 2 steals tonight. Did you see him get his hands in passing lanes twice tonight? I mean, that was new. I've never seen that level of defensive, savvy.
Yeah, man. I mean, you saw a guy who got time. He got time to play. How many minutes he played tonight? Let me look here. 22 minutes. 22 minutes tonight, 15 points, 5 rebounds. And I mean, he picked up like 8 of those points in the second quarter. Like, and oh my God, weren't the Ducks just getting you out of your seat? Like, it was just that point of what I'm saying, man. It didn't look hard. Like, it looked easy. Yeah. Like, he's supposed to be out there. And I promise you, that stuff energizes your team. That's the stuff that energizes your team, man. And it makes guys want to play harder and do certain things more for you, man. They have to find a way to get him on the court. I think he should be starting. Obviously, they're more invested in Wendell Carter Jr., and I understand it, but I think he needs to be starting because I think he fits it a little bit better, man. But even if you're not going to start him, you got to find a way to get this dude on the court. He cannot just sit on the bench.
Yeah, people in the chat are loving the Scalabrine reference. So here's something interesting, kind of a left field topic, but let's talk about it. TJ said he really wanted to see Devin Dotson tonight to see where he's at. I'm assuming he's not ready if Billy isn't playing him. I mean, my question to you, TJ, would be, and thanks for the tip, like, where would you have put him in this rotation tonight? And who would you have taken out? I mean, maybe Denzel, but
Denzel hit the Steph Curry 3. What are you talking about?
And that's all he did all night.
Yeah, man. Denzel, man. I mean, 3 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and he played about 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes. That's not great. It's not great. It's not a great thing when I forget that you're out there on the court and the only shot you hit is as a Hail Mary. So I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what happens if and when the other pieces of the rotation that have been in there that we saw against Golden State and against Washington Part 1, Sato, Hutch, and obviously also Lowry missing. What happens with Gafford and what happens with that? I honestly don't know because – like, you obviously loved what you saw from both of those guys tonight. I do really also want to talk about Thad Young a little bit more too, but I also was really liking you and me and Will and John talked about the Lowry at the 5 experiment and the fact that it wasn't going as horribly wrong as we assumed it would because you had all of those wings around. Donovan was playing like a 3-wing lineup with Lowry at the 5. And do you sacrifice that to get more minutes for Gafford or more minutes for Thad? I mean, what do you think about that?
And I don't want to say these are good problems to have because they're not, because we're not winning. But it's the fact that guys played well that you have these problems right here. And I was thinking that too, Matt, when I was watching this game, because there was a fluidness to this team this season that I hadn't seen before. And I don't know if it was because, they didn't have to worry about, getting certain guys in. And by the way, shout out to TJ and Leo for the tips. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. I didn't know if it was for that reason or if it was because, they knew that they were going to get time to play. Like, I don't know if Gafford played that way because he knew he was going to have more time in there, or even Denzel, being comfortable shooting a 40-footer and stuff like that. I don't know, but going forward, man, it's about to be some tough questions coming up for the team. It's about to be real tough questions,
right?
Because they've looked good without a guy that I love, that I want to be out there,
right?
And Otto Porter Jr. had a great game. I don't expect him to continue this, and I'm sure we'll get into Otto Porter in a minute. But I don't expect them to continue it, having that kind of game. But he looked good. You can't deny what you saw out there tonight. So, yeah, man, I mean, you're right. Like, those questions will be asked about him and Satoransky, and guys like that. Like who's expendable now?
And I think a lot of it will depend night to night on matchups and lineups against who you're playing. Because, Gafford was a DNP against Golden State. Steve Kerr trotted out a lineup where the tallest dude was 6'5". Yeah. So tonight, you had Rolo in there. You were trying to corral Thomas Bryant, who's a big boy. And then Gafford got some run. So, yes, Lowry was out. One of the front court guys ahead of him in the rotation was out. But maybe we would have seen Gafford either way tonight because the Wizards play a little bit bigger. So, I am putting my trust in Billy Donovan and AK and Eversley to say, okay, there's going to be a lot of experimentation this year because we're going to spend this season figuring out who we want to keep, what works and what doesn't. But in the meantime, in a night like tonight, it was just nice to see some efficient, watchable basketball. And again, yes, against a bad Washington team. But, I mean, come on, man. When you and I have been friends who watch Bulls games together, every single Bulls game together for 2+ seasons now. When's the last time you and I were that excited at the end of a Bulls game?
I can't even tell, and I don't even, and not even excited, Matt, but actually rooting for a victory, and not just excited because some craziness might happen, or excited because we don't want them to go into a fourth overtime. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that. Right. It was, oh my God, I'm excited because dancing in the fire. Like, we were excited because we're like, this team has a chance to win, and they look good. The final score was 133-130. Like, what? Like, what? That's not normal for what we watched for the past 2 years, man.
That's a Bulls Blazers score from 1992.
Yes, absolutely. Like, you expect Mike to have 55 and Clyde Drexler got 42.
Right.
Like, that's what you usually expect. But, man, it just felt so good to feel that going into the fourth, and the way they came back. Like, at no point did I have a concern. I shouldn't say have a concern, but at no point did I just like, oh my God, we're gonna blow this one too, like I would last year. Because last year we were like, nope, they're blowing this.
Oh, I was like, let them get all the fourth quarter cough ups. Like, once it was clear to me that the team wasn't going anywhere and they were bad and Jim Boylan's a joke, I was rooting for failure so that they would get rid of Jim. And on top of that, finally get rid of John and Gar. I was like, give us enough evidence to blow all this shit up because you all suck and I hate all of you and I hate that I'm a Bulls fan. And none of it was fun. Like, and honestly, this is kind of a tangent. We can get back to the game in a minute, but did you ever think about that? It's like, you and me and John were lucky enough to get that gig. And we're sitting in the green room at NBC. We're watching NBA. We're watching our team. We're watching Bulls games every night with fucking Will Perdue and Kendall Gill, Mark Shanowski, Jason Goff. These like people who you and I know, like, look up to, and idols in broadcasting and idols who played the game themselves. And that was the product we were watching. It was like, I was a salty, sarcastic douche for the 2 years that we were doing that gig, and I was like, there's a different side of me when it comes to being a Bulls
I'm excited to get to know this side of you, Matt, because it's a side I don't know. I don't know this, Matt. Listen, we're Bears and Bulls fans, so I don't know a side of Matt where he's just engulfed in joy and just happy watching his team.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I got to get you to watch your Blackhawks games with me, man, because those cups in 2010, 2013, and 2015 – Matt was having a fun time.
See, I want to know fun sports, Matt. That's the Matt I would like to know.
Dude, the Cubs 2016 playoff run? Watch out, world. Well, Matt was out for blood.
He means that in a good way. Yes.
Yes. I want to go back to another comment to kind of round out our Gafford and Wendell conversation. Shoot, where did it go? And sorry if I'll paraphrase, and I'm sorry that I didn't remember who said it, but pure centers can still be effective in the NBA, especially athletic ones, was the comment. And to me, it's like that is a hugely simple explanation of Gafford versus Wendell. Because Wendell is not a pure center if what you mean is like the standard NBA center. He's an undersized center who's playing in an undersized trending NBA, whereas Gafford is a legit, 6'11", 7 feet. And Gafford certainly appears to have greater athletic ability than Wendell. So Wendell's undersized and not as athletic, and you see what Gafford does, and you're like, wow, he looks better.
You just see it, and it doesn't look difficult. And that's one of the key things about it, guys. Like, it doesn't look hard. Like, even going back to Gafford's game where he had that 20 and 10 game, the game before last, some of that looked hard. And some of that, some of that looked like, oh, man, he had to struggle to get some of these buckets. They didn't look smooth. When Gafford's in there, it looks smooth. It looks like this is supposed to happen. Those dunks, man, just look easy. Like, oh, man. And he's dunking from, like, the top of the key. Like, he's coming in from there and yamming it on cats. That changes things. And also, and Eli hits on what I was just about to say. The fact that Gafford is 6'10", and with Wendell Carter Jr. being 6'9" is huge. Because being 6'9" and playing center, you have to be special. You have to be Ben Wallace, near Hall of Fame. You have to be a Dennis Rodman, being undersized. A Charles Barkley being undersized. A Derrick Rose being undersized. But when you're 6'10" and you've got athletic gifts as far as jumping out of the gym and you've got great hands, the game looks easier to you, man, because you're not playing out of position. You're playing the position you came into the league to do.
It's a novel concept.
Yes, Matthew.
So many things tonight were so refreshingly logical. And I know I had a little mini rant about this in the fourth quarter, but Thad Young and Otto Porter Jr., we got to talk about those guys for a second, man, because those are guys who one came over via trade. One was sort of an underwhelming free agent signing a year ago. Otto just hasn't been healthy, and every Bulls fan who didn't really know a whole lot about his game before coming here was like, who is this dude making all this money? That guy? And Thad Young, it's like, okay, well, he's old and kind of slow and isn't a great three-point shooter, and Jim Boylan has him in the corner launching threes. Tonight you saw what both of those guys can do. They're vets. Yes, one of them is overpaid, but a contract year motivated Otto, who is healthy, and a Thad who is happy to be rid of Jim Boylan and being allowed to do things like establish post position and take advantage of mismatches on smalls who get switched on to him. Just competent basketball from two veteran players.
Thank you, Patrick, for the tip. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yes, competent basketball. And I had been one of Otto Porter Jr.'s critics, especially coming into this season. Because I was just seeing him coming in out of shape last year, always hurt, showing up and disappearing. And even when he came back, he was like, I'm coming off the bench. He didn't want to start. He didn't want to play. And I'm like, this is the second highest paid player in Chicago behind Khalil Mack. Like, I'm going to need you to go out here and provide something. And so coming into this year, I wanted to see what he wanted to do. I mean, obviously he's in a contract year. It's his last year. He's going to make this kind of money. And I'm sure he knows that. So he wants to get a bigger contract. But I still wanted to see if he liked the game of basketball, because John would say this, and I thought it was a brilliant thing that he said. He was like, Otto Porter Jr. looks like basketball is his fifth favorite thing. Like, that's the game he would play. And I was like, yeah, that's how it looked. And then you see a performance like tonight, like, and you're like, okay, I see what you can actually bring to this team. And I'm glad you're coming off the bench. Like, having him come off the bench and having one of your starters get hurt, you don't feel as bad. You're like, all right, bet. I got Otto Porter Jr. coming in and filling this role. I know he can take this role, because obviously he's better when things aren't just on him and he doesn't have to be the guy you know what I'm saying, that they're dependent on. If he's just coming off the bench, he's cool because you're not as mad if he gets you 10 points, you know, coming off the bench as you would be if he was starting. So, yeah, you saw that tonight, man. It was kind of off of him. And plus, you know, playing back at Washington, I'm sure had something to do with it too. But, dude, he just looked really comfortable out there. He looked really good.
I mean, 28 and 12, also chipping in 3 assists and 3 steals. Like, that is an Otto that's the dude who earned that ridiculous contract at one point in the past. And whether or not he's a piece of this team long term, I always believed that a healthy, motivated Otto Porter Jr. could help this team by leaps and bounds. I've said it before, I'll say it a million times. It is no coincidence that the best that Zach and Lowry looked at any point over the last couple of years is the 12 games that they played with Otto when he came over from the trade before he got hurt. He's a smart player who makes the right play, and he makes the other players around him better. And, you know, maybe he came in out of shape last year. Maybe the injuries lingered. Maybe some of them were exaggerated because he was so, uninspired and disillusioned from the current state of the Bulls organization. And if so, I don't blame him. But now that there is a fresh start and you have a respected head coach in Billy Donovan, a players coach in Billy Donovan, and some new fresh eyes from other organizations at the executive level instead of just, like a doofus who calls people that live in Iowa only and has moles on the staff to report back to him about what you're saying about him. It's like, oh, maybe these guys hate their lives a little less and are more motivated to not suck.
Oh, Scott and Book Jones with the tips. We appreciate you, baby. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you very much.
Book
And cheers
Jones.
to you too, Scott. Happy New Year to you.
I honestly, and we talked a little bit, especially with some of the ugly performances out of the gate, the blowout loss to Atlanta and Indiana. This team had to wash some serious stink off of themselves. Seriously, mentally, emotionally, and also just the bad basketball that they were being forced to play. I think we would both agree that this team is still short on talent. And they are leaps and bounds away from the year when they're ready to contend again. But at least that step of washing the stink off and then having these guys be excited to play basketball again shouldn't be understated.
Because it's huge. And I mean, you hit that on the head, man. I said on Twitter, like I said earlier, that you could just see this team kind of clicking offensively. Like I knew it was kind of going to come together. Like you could just see it kind of coming together. They were figuring it out because those first few games, they were just used to doing that. They were just used to being bad. They're used to not winning. Nobody on this team is used to winning. They're not. Nobody's like, oh man, we're down by 5. Man, we can, rustle it up and come back. No, they're used to being like, we're down by 5. All right, it's over. Let's, whatever. We got our money. Let's go home. They're used to that. They're used to going through the motions. Zach LaVine's used to going through the motions. Like, this is normal. That was their normal. And so when you come in and you're changing that, it's going to be growth and it's going to be hard. And I appreciate Billy Donovan so much for knowing that and stating that and saying what it was going to be and getting his team to trust him, because Matt, when they gave him the game ball, that told me everything I needed to know. Like Jim Boylan wasn't getting none of that. I remember when Jim Boylan, after their first win under him, he was like, guys, it's the first step towards winning a championship. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. You just won a game. It's not the first towards winning a title. Get out of here. You won a game, dude. Stop it. So this dude, they have respect for him and they like him, and the competency is just off the charts. And I mean, it's exciting, bro. It's exciting.
All right. So certainly nice to finish the year on a win. The Bulls are now 2-3, 2 wins against the Wizards, a couple of blowout losses, and a nail biter and a heartbreaker against the Warriors. Now you face unarguably your toughest test yet. I know that the Bucks have stumbled out of the gate a little bit. I think it's mostly them just getting used to their new pieces. They've got a pretty different roster than the one they had last year as far as surrounding Giannis and Middleton, the complementary pieces. Then the other night, we saw them break NBA records with three-pointers dropping a $1.44 on Jimmy Buckets and the Heat. A huge blowout win. Then the Heat come back and beat the Bucks last night, 119-108. The Bucks also have a 20-point loss to the New York Knickerbockers on their early season record. So it's kind of hard to figure out the Bucks so far, but you cannot deny that they will be the toughest test so far with Giannis, with Middleton, with all the pieces they have. Will the Bulls come crashing back down to earth tomorrow night? My guess is they will be without those same four players tomorrow night. So, no offense to Archie, but, mostly that means, again, no Lowry, again, no Sato, and again, no Hutch. So we're probably going to see some similar things to what we saw tonight as far as who's getting minutes in their set.
I actually forgot about Hutch and Archie. Because when we were talking about this, I was like, who are the two other players that are out? I can't remember who that is right now. And I forgot about them because the guys who were replacing them were playing well. You don't think about, what's missing when everything's going okay. You don't think about what you don't have when things that you have are working. And that was exciting to me. But yeah, they'll probably be without those guys again in the protocol. And of course, Laurie had the calf injury. He said he wasn't comfortable and he couldn't move how he wanted to move. So hopefully, that gets better. But man, what you saw tonight gave you encouragement about going in tomorrow. But of course, like you said, Matt, it's still the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, I know they aren't, they haven't been consistent. They might be the best team in the world. Then the next night you're like, who is this? But you still got the back-to-back MVP on their team. You still got Drew Holiday out there. You still got Chris Middleton out there. I mean, they got a squad. They got DJ Augustine, who I've always liked as a point guard. I'm sure Bulls fans know DJ Augustine. So
Bulls legend, DJ Augustine.
It's going to be an issue. It's going to be a problem, and it's going to be tough playing them. But I'm excited going in because I know my team doesn't suck. You know what I mean? And that feels good. So I'm just I really hope the 40-point blowouts are done. That's all I'm hoping. Because even if they lose and they lose by 10, I'm not even going to be like, oh man, they lost by 10. I'm like, no, we lost to a team people have been picking to go to the finals, for a couple years now. So yeah, I just want to see them come out and play and look competent and look sure of themselves. Even if they don't hit the shots, I still want to see them look sure of themselves like they did tonight.
We'll see what the update is on Wendell and whether or not that aggravated hip or whatever it was turns out to be serious and if he misses time. But wouldn't it be cool if we get another monster game from Gafford against the Bucks and he gets to kind of avenge that loss where he didn't get a shot in the fourth quarter?
That would feel so good, Matt. It feels good. Rub them together, baby. Matt, I got a question.
Okay. So before we get out of here and let everyone enjoy their New Year's Eve, we teased y'all that Will was coming on the show tonight, and that was the plan. I've been texting with him back and forth while we're talking here. He's having some tech issues tonight. Tech issues. We'll see. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe he was afraid to face the fire and admit to Big Dave that Gafford had himself a monster game tonight. But Will texted me and said, tell Dave to calm down on Gafford.
How about you come up on here and you tell me to calm down on Gafford? How you gonna talk about tech issues knowing you got your son and everybody around, and I'm sure they know what they're doing. But it's okay. I'll be here, Will. So the next time Gafford has this next game, we'll have this discussion again.
And, it could be hot mic tech issues, because we've experienced those before. I'm not saying that Will's making up tech issues to prevent getting reamed for the Gafford love tonight, but we'll follow that up with improvement. We need consistency from Gafford.
See, Will, you told me he couldn't do anything. That's what I remember. Yesterday it was he can't do anything. He don't have no moves. He's out there with just straight up effort. That's all it is. But now it's consistency. But I appreciate you growing. And coming along and getting on the Gafford train, sir. We appreciate you being here, Will, and I love you. And I can talk this because I would actually say this to you, but I love you more than a lot of things.
It's true. It's true. We both love Will Perdue very much. We're sorry that we couldn't figure out how to get him on tonight. Here he is saying, I didn't say he couldn't do anything.
Will,
Oh man, Will's not going to sleep well on New Year's Eve. This is going to bug him. We know Will. This is going to bug him until we get to talk about it with him. But let's just enjoy this victory and say that the Bulls are starting 2020 with a fresh coach, a fresh development staff, a fresh front office, and a 2-game winning streak. Isn't that nice?
2-2, baby. 2 games. Feels good.
Don't start with the Bulls and numbers meaning things.
Fair.
Don't do it.
Fair.
We know who does that.
Fair.
And he's a terrorist.
Not a terrorist, but fair point. Fair point.
Domestic terrorism has risen by 1,000%, and C-Red Fred is responsible for 600 of those percents.
We can't take that nowhere. Hey man, I do want to ask this question because it was asked in the chat. I need you to tell this story of this bar stool that you broke at Break in Brooklyn.
Oh shoot!
Bro
must be watching.
He said, "Tell it."
I didn't. Yeah. So that was the Blackhawks' 2 goals in 17 seconds against Boston in the 2013 Stanley Cup Finals. So Break was this billiards bar that my brother and I loved. It was like a short ways from me in Astoria, Queens, where I lived when I lived in New York. And it was just like a gigantic long bar and like a dozen pool tables and then like ping pong tables, arcades, videos. It was like Dave & Buster's, but it was just a bar in Queens, basically. And my brother and I, just being like 2 Chicago hockey fans in Queens, we're like, well, this is the sports bar where we watch all our sports. So we went there for that clinching game against against Boston in the 2013 Stanley Cup Finals. So, we're edge of our seats. The Blackhawks get the first goal to tie it up. And I jump out of my bar stool with excitement, and it falls backwards and breaks. And I'm like, crap, sorry, you guys, got really excited. I shift over a bar stool from the broken one, sat back down. 17 seconds later, the Blackhawks score the go-ahead goal. I jump up out of my bar stool. That one falls, and that one breaks. So I broke 2 bar stools in the span of 17 seconds.
How have I never heard this story? That's awesome, dude. How is it that you break everything? You're always breaking things, dog. What is this?
Dude, I'm a violent sports fan, but it is the only way in which I am violent, and it's always accidental.
Fair.
But the good news is that my bro and I and my other friends hung out at that bar so often, and they knew us as regulars and liked us that they weren't even mad. They were like, dude, just here's a fresh beer.
Now, can I tell you,
enjoy
man,
this.
In my head, that's not how the story went. Like, that's why I wanted to hear this story. Because in my head, I pictured you picking up a bar stool and just smashing it against the bar out of pure anger. That's what I was seeing in my head.
Oh. Yeah. Turns out it was accidental, and it was because I was happy about something. Not like when we watched the Double Doink together and I asked the bartender for a glass to shatter. He was like, yeah,
thank God for that bartender, by the way. I appreciate that bartender, man. Because, and we have video proof that I might never show you all. But, but there's proof. It's proof.
Yeah, and then so later that night, to finish the barstool breaking story, one of my good buddies who is not as big of a sports fan as I am, but knows how much he was one of the ones who, when I was still an actor, was like, you should go into sports media because you clearly care about this shit way more. I'd had a few, and I was genuinely emotional about the Blackhawks winning because 2012 to 2013 was pretty rough as a Chicago sports fan. You had the Bears blowing their playoff chances on a brutal game. You had, the D Rose ACL, it was a dark, dark year. And I was like a Chicago sports fan all alone in New York. And I was crying tears of happiness. And my buddy just filmed it. I didn't know he was, but he filmed it on his phone of just me crying happy tears at a bar. And then we went to a rehearsal for the show we were working on at the time and just showed everyone. Hey, you guys want to see drunk Matt happy crying at a bar last night?
Because it's not normal. They don't usually see this. Everybody needs to take a look. Wait, Colin says Matt's got a 10-pound pair. They cause havoc when they're swinging.
That's not a pretty mental image for anyone. I mean, I did go bowling with Bobby Portis once, but I don't think that's what he's talking about.
I don't either, man.
Also, who uses a 10-pound ball? Come on. Like 13 minimum.
Be a grown-up.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's all enjoy our New Year's. Everybody out there, thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate you all. Stay tuned. Also, don't forget to check it out. You can catch these episodes archived on that BAWL on Bulls YouTube channel and that podcast thread wherever you get your podcasts. For John Sabine, who will hopefully be back with us tomorrow, and our pal Will Perdue, who was unfortunately not able to face the music tonight on one Daniel Gafford's performance. Big Dave's going to dance anyway. That's Big Dave. I'm Matt. Have a great and safe New Year's Eve. Enjoy your New Year's Day.
We love you.